You're watching WDSU News Channel 6 on your side.
Back in the city this morning, the nonprofit group Rebuilding America celebrated as it helped fix up its 100th home in New Orleans since Hurricane Katrina. Today, Evelina Rodriguez got to move back into her home out in Broadmoor. The 81-year-old widow is now back to the house she lived in her entire life. Rebuilding America volunteers say it's important to help bring people like Rodriguez back home.
It's not about rebuilding homes as much as it is restoring lives and restoring community and helping people who really need the resources to rebuild their families.
The rebuilding is also moving forward out in Holly Grove, where this morning neighbors found the New Orleans Saints living up to their name. WDSU News Channel 6 anchor LaTanya Norton is on your side with how elbow grease and teamwork has gone a long way.
It's far from a football field, but members of the New Orleans Saints are still scoring big. They're teaming up to help rebuild the Holly Grove neighborhood. Today, they've traded in their helmets and shoulder pads for paint brushes and shovels. 4 homes in the Holly Grove neighborhood are getting finishing touches from the boys in black and gold.
I love this community, and I'm just trying to do my part. Look, ever since I got here 2 years ago, the community's embraced me in a way that I feel like I'm a true New Orleanian and just trying to do my part.
And all of the homes being worked on by the Saints are on the same street. Players say this teamwork off the field is their way of giving back to the community, people who have given so much to them. On your side in Holly Grove, LaTanya Norton, WDSU News Channel 6.
And the Saints are working in tandem with Rebuilding Together New Orleans Incorporated. A $50,000 donation from the New Orleans Saints Hurricane Katrina Fund was used to buy supplies and also equipment.
You're watching WDSU News Channel 6 on your side.
The New Orleans Saints traded football gear for tools and paint today as they rolled up their sleeves to put the finishing touches on 4 homes hit hard by Hurricane Katrina. WDSU News Channel 6 anchor LaTanya Norton has that story tonight from Holly Grove.
They're used to hard work and sweat, but usually it's on the field. This time, members of the New Orleans Saints are scoring big by skipping practice and practicing their hand at drilling, sawing, painting, and landscaping in Holly Grove, a community rebuilding post-Katrina.
I just feel strongly about helping out this community, especially the kids in the community, because I think they can't afford to lose out on their childhood. And that childhood is getting a great education. It's having athletic programs to participate in. It's having fields to play on. It's having parks to be able to play on. So I think that's important.
Reggie Bush, I'll get you autograph.
Taking a break from painting the outside of a home.
I know how to paint, and I've done painting before.
Saints running back Reggie Bush says helping others is just as fulfilling to him.
It's rewarding. I mean, it's a different type of reward coming out here and helping out people, with their lives and helping them trying to get their houses back and painting their houses. It's a different type of reward for us, and it's good to be a part of something like this. We're just happy to be a part of it.
I was so happy. I didn't know what to do. I gave them all a big hug and kiss.
For Doris Garrett, the boys in black and gold are installing lattice work and planting shrubs.
This is the only people that ever came out to help me.
And it just puts life in perspective. There's always people out there that need help.
Help that could only come from Saints. On your side in Holly Grove, LaTanya Norton, WDSU News Channel 6.
Very nice. The Saints are working in tandem, by the way, with Rebuilding Together New Orleans Incorporated. And a $50,000 donation from the New Orleans Saints Hurricane Katrina Fund was used to buy supplies and equipment.
It's a big accomplishment for a local nonprofit. Today, Rebuilding Together celebrated its 100th home project in New Orleans since Hurricane Katrina. Evelina Rodriguez moved back into her home in Broadmoor today. The 81-year-old widow is now back to the house she lived in her entire life. Rebuilding Together volunteers say it's important to help people come back like Rodriguez.
It's not about rebuilding homes as much as it is restoring lives and restoring community and helping people who really need the resources to rebuild their families.
Rebuilding Together works with other charities around town like the Broadmoor Improvement Association and the Salvation Army.
Live from WVUE TV New Orleans, this is your Weather Authority. Fox 8 News at 9. You're watching Fox 8 News.
The New Orleans Saints were sweating it out today, not on the practice field, but in a neighborhood where the recovery has been lagging. Today, the team joined a local nonprofit organization to finish 4 Katrina-damaged homes. Blair Arvin has the story.
You can often find 80-year-old Doris Garrett spending time on her front porch. The longtime Holly Grove resident just got out of her FEMA trailer and back into her home 8 months ago, even though work still wasn't complete.
At first it was very hard because sometimes I would have work done and then other times I wouldn't have nothing done.
Today, some star-studded handymen arrived to change that.
The Saints teamed up with Rebuilding Together New Orleans to help fix up Miss Garrett's home as well as 3 of her neighbors.
We thought that this is something we could really sink our teeth into.
More than 100 people putting on the finishing touches on the homes of 4 deserving owners.
They put in the lattice under my house all around so the dogs and the cats can't, get under the house.
They're also sawing, drilling, planting, you name it.
My job is caulking. The rest of the quarterbacks are painting. A lot of the guys are here painting and caulking, so this is a lot of fun.
It's a gig unlike any other for some of these players, complete with all the benefits.
This is different than being on the field. This is more, life experiences right here. And this is something that goes a long way, and these people remember this forever.
You can bet Ms. Garrett most certainly will.
I gave them all a big kiss and a big hug.
The team made a $50,000 donation to buy the supplies and equipment for today's project.
It's a good spirit, and it's a good thing that for this whole community.
A hard day's work that's paying off in more ways than one. Blair Arvin, Fox 8 News.
Rebuilding Together New Orleans has completed its 100th home since Katrina. In the meantime, Saints owner Tom Benson is receiving honors tonight. Volunteers of America has selected Benson as the winner of its annual Good Samaritan Award for his efforts to rebuild the region. Tom Benson has a deal to buy Fox 8, which is waiting on approval from the Federal Communications Commission.
Now, from WGNO Television in New Orleans, you're watching ABC 26 News at 5.
Well, there is now reportedly 100 new homes in the Broadmoor area built post-Katrina. The group Rebuilding Together completed its 100th home post-Katrina today. Thousands of volunteers helped with homes for low-income elderly and disabled homeowners. Finally tonight, Saints players took a break from practice this morning to lend a helping hand to folks in Holly Grove. Quarterback Drew Brees and running back Deuce McAllister and teammates helped work on 3 homes, helping the community paint homes, doing essential landscaping, and also building a fence. Saints coach Sean Payton said he thought it was a great idea to help some folks out. Saints owner Tom Benson even stopped by to inspect the saintly work of his team. Benson says they're going to be the best-looking houses on that block.